Since the earliest days of motion picture production, audiences have been fascinated with the animation technique called stop motion. Despite the limitations of their technology, early filmmakers produced some of the most striking visuals in film history using this process. Now, Touchstone Pictures expands the boundaries of this unique art form in Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, which elevates traditional stop-motion animation to new heights. The Nightmare Before Christmas brings to life a magical fantasy with dazzling stop-motion imagery that is unprecedented in its scope and technical achievement.
It's a technology that, or a technique that's existed for years, but using technology that exists today, computers and hardware, we're able to really advance what is known as stop-motion animation to really something visually I don't think people have ever seen before.
In a world of holidays, in a place called Halloween Town, lives Jack Skellington, the creator of Halloween.
There's a longing in his heart he can't put his finger on. He discovers a passageway to Christmas world.
He sees Christmas for the first time and just falls completely in love with it, becomes completely passionate about it, and wants to do it.
He decides that the best way to really enjoy this new Christmas thing he's discovered is to take it over. Of course, the people in the real world are horrified when Jack starts showing up delivering ghoulish gifts which he thinks will delight them, but instead they're terrified.
His impulses aren't bad, they're basically good.
He comes to the realization this was a terrible folly and sends Santa off to save Christmas before the night's over.
Batman director Tim Burton started his career at Disney, where he directed his first short-subject stop-motion animated film, Vincent, bringing to life his childhood experiences through animation.
Well, I was born in Burbank, right now down the street from the Disney studio. Well, that's true. So I don't know, I always kind of wanted to work there.
And in fact, it's while he was at Disney 10 years ago that he wrote the story and created the story and many of the characters for Nightmare.
Burton has since created many more characters for The Nightmare Before Christmas and has returned to the Walt Disney Studios to redefine the classic art form of stop-motion animation.
Stop-motion animation is a process whereby we take a puppet like this and we move him a little bit, take your hand away, take a picture. We repeat that. We develop the film and we play it back. His arm's going to swing around like this. It's a way to bring inanimate objects that aren't alive, to life.
To make Jack's facial expressions or to move his mouth to speak, over 400 hand-sculpted replacement heads are used, each with a slightly different expression or mouth position.
We've fed a photograph of each head into this computer. Then we pick a head to match each syllable of the character's dialogue or song. This establishes which head or mouth position the animator will use.
The animator becomes the character. He or she will actually perform the action for me. They'll memorize it with their body, act it out several different ways. We go back and forth and arrive on something, and then they have to, a frame at a time, bring that puppet to life following the actions that we've agreed upon.
Stop-motion animation is a painstaking process, so time-consuming that it takes an entire week of animating to complete only 1 minute of finished film.
This is a thing called a present.
Accompanying Tim Burton's visually stunning images is the music of composer-lyricist Danny Elfman. Along with composing the score to Nightmare, he also sings the voice of Jack.
It's very much an old-fashioned musical, which means that there's 10 songs, and most of the songs tell the story of what's happening. So there's a lot of narrative of the story being told in the song.
What's this? There's something very wrong. What's this? There's people singing songs. What's this? The streets are lined with little creatures laughing. Everybody seems so happy. Have I possibly gone daffy? What is this? What's this? There's children throwing snowballs instead of throwing heads. They're busy building toys and absolutely no one's dead. There's frost in every window. Oh, I can't believe my eyes. And in my bones I feel the warmth that's coming from inside. The sights, the sounds, they're everywhere and all around. I've never felt so good before.
Marred by mind-boggling imagery, outrageous characters. 3 years in the making with a team of over 100 artists and technicians, pushing the limits of animation, venturing into new dimensions of the stop-motion process. Touchstone Pictures brings you Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.